Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel, live and direct, live in effect. Make sure you subscribe to find out what's next. We are here. All right, Crown Jewel. WWE's next pay-per-view, Crown Jewel, is in 2 days. It's on a Thursday, 12 p.m. And when I tell you this lineup is looking really stacked, it is looking really stacked. It is. Pretty much is. So, let's get into it. 9 matches. 9 matches. The most since SummerSlam. I think either the second most or tied with the most with SummerSlam. But it is what it is. 9 matches. Let's get into it. All right. First match we're going to get into. Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. They were a tag team 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, they were a tag team. Then last week, they pretty much broke up. And now they're about to have a match in Mansoor's hometown. Well, we knew Mansoor was always on the card. Mansoor was always on every Crown Jewel card. So I guess this is one of the ways we put him on the card instead of putting him in a tag team match, which honestly would have made no sense. So now we put him in something that has a little bit of story to it. Breaking him up with Mustafa Ali. This is probably the only thing Ali actually had going for him was a tag team. Now that's technically broken up, which makes no sense because WWE needs tag teams, but they just broke that up. Like, okay, Mansoor should actually take the win here. I don't see him losing, especially in his hometown. Nah, I don't think he's losing because I think he's undefeated over there too. Yeah, he definitely ain't losing. He's not losing. No, I see no loss from Mansoor. Mansoor wins. What does he get out of this? Probably nothing. It's to be expected. It is what it is. Mansoor wins. That's all I got. All right, next match. The Queen's Court Tournament Finals. Zelina Vega versus Doudrop. For one, this Queen's Court tournament has been very lackluster. It sucked. Every match has been below 3 minutes. Yeah, it's been very disappointing. And it's even more disappointing to the finals. Now we have Zelina Vega versus Doudrop. Zelina Vega had a film will go all the way to the finals, so I'm not surprised with her. Doudrop should not have beaten Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler should have won and then went to Saudi Arabia and beat the living hell out of Zelina Vega. Thus, giving her this Queen's Court, give her the crown, and then hopefully it takes her somewhere. But no, we don't do that. Instead, what we do is we let Doudrop, who hasn't really done anything, win. And now Doudrop pretty much is going to win this thing. Because I don't see Zelina Vega winning, beating her. Unless it's some nonsense. Which I don't really see happening. But I guess one will tell. But if Zelina Vega wins, it's going to be legit off a roll-up. It has to be. It's no other way. However, I have Doudrop winning. I do. Because there's no other way Zelina Vega's winning. There's no other way. There's no other way. I think Zelina Vega was pushing for this too. So then it's like, I don't know. I guess if I had to throw it out there, I guess Doudrop's winning. Since she's going to get this meaningless thing and then she goes nowhere after that. Only time will tell, I guess. It is what it is. We will see. All right. Next matchup, the Raw Tag Team Championships on the line. RK Bro defends against AJ Styles and Omos. This is pretty much I want to say this is pretty much a SummerSlam rematch. I want to say it's been built up since after SummerSlam. This also shows that WWE has no tag teams, and I think Raw has no tag teams. I mean, they got the Street Profits now, but the Street Profits, for some reason, always find themselves in a tag team title match. So don't put them there. But don't put AJ Styles in no one either. Move AJ Styles, man. It's time for AJ Styles to go after some singles gold, man. AJ Styles, Damian Priest, that sounds like a hell of a match to me. Like, why not? Big E, AJ Styles, like, come on. We're talking box office money here. We're talking some box office matches here. But no, we want to just put him in the tag team scene. Okay. Shit, Omos could just go out and do something on his own. I mean, I'm assuming Vince is high up on the man. In fact, he is very high up as it is. But, you know, I don't know. I just don't want to see this again. But RK Bro should win. I don't see them losing, especially not to AJ Styles and Omos. Why? They took the titles from them, so they're just going to put them back on again? No. So this RK Bro thing's going to continue until some way, somehow, Randy Orton just turns his back on Riddle, and then boom, we just create that. I'm guessing for WrestleMania, which wouldn't be a bad match. Actually, would be a very good look for Riddle. But it is what it is. RK Bro wins. Should be a solid match. Cool. All right. Next match up, we got. There's so many matches on this card. We got Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley. The almighty, almighty Bobby Lashley in a no-holds-barred match. This is pretty much coming off SummerSlam, where Bobby Lashley was destroying Goldberg's knee with the chair, and then put Gage, Goldberg's son, in the Hurt Lock. And ever since SummerSlam, Goldberg has said one thing and one thing only: I'm going to kill Bobby Lashley. He has said, I'm going to kill him on national TV for a couple times now. To the point where I just don't understand why this man is not locked up. Why this man is sending death threats? He is sending death threats to a fellow coworker. Bro, why is WWE HR not saying nothing? Like, why are they not saying, Goldberg, you can't say you're going to kill somebody on TV? Why are they not doing that? That's not right. I would be offended. I was like, listen, I can't work under these conditions. Like, I gotta go. I gotta go. But yeah, the way Goldberg been talking, I'm automatically thinking we're gonna see a body in Saudi Arabia. Like, Bobby Lashley's just gonna be a dead man. And okay, cool. No holds barred. This should be interesting. It should be interesting, intriguing. Does Goldberg win? Because that would technically mean he would get his revenge in this sense, right? Does Goldberg win, or do we just give this to Lashley as more of a rub for Lashley? Because I think if you give it where Bobby Lashley beat Goldberg twice in the same year, it's not a bad look. But I don't know. I don't know what WWE's thinking in a sense. I automatically probably think that they would give it to Goldberg for a sense of revenge. But would you give Lashley a third match after that is my question. That I'm not sure. So, I guess we'll see, right? We will see. All right. Next match up. Oh, I need to pick a winner. Damn. I guess Goldberg gets his revenge. I picked Goldberg. Okay. Next match, we got the King of the Ring finals as Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. This is a match I never thought I'd ever see. Honestly, the way WWE moves, I thought this would be a match I never get to see. But now that it's happening, this is tough. Because Xavier Woods has been clamoring for the King of the Ring for, well, about a year, pretty much a year now. So, it's like, okay, Xavier Woods is probably the only one that cares about it. So, it's like, why not give it to him? But then again, he's facing Finn Balor. And I don't really see Finn Balor losing. But then again, I had Xavier Woods going all the way to the top. So then it's like, damn. Whew, this is tough. This should be a hell of a match, though. This should be a hell of a match. I think this would probably be Xavier Woods' best match in WWE. It should. It should be his best match in WWE. Because you're going up against Finn Balor, former Universal Champion. Why not? Why shouldn't this be the best match you ever had? So, I guess I stick with Xavier, right? I guess we stick with Xavier to win King of the Ring. Yes. Makes sense. He's been clamoring for this long. Why not? I just didn't think it'd be against Finn Balor. That's it's tough. Personally, probably in my mind, I probably wouldn't care who wins this match because I like that. Because it's a win-win, though, in this sense, right? Like, it's a win-win situation. I think it's one of those matches where it's like, I don't think I care who wins as long as it's a great match, which I believe it should be. I guess, yeah. But if I were to pick a winner, I'd probably pick Xavier Woods. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I pick Xavier Woods to win. There we go. All right. Next match up, we got the Smackdown Women's Championship Triple Threat. We got Becky Lynch, Big Time Bex, defending the title against Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. Now, I had the outcome of this match a little bit different now. Only because Bianca Belair faced Charlotte last night for the Raw Women's Championship. Mind you, Charlotte is on SmackDown now, but she's the Raw Women's Championship. She has to drop that title. So, immediately after I heard this match was announced on SmackDown on Friday, I automatically thought, okay, Bianca's going to win. And if Bianca won, then Sasha Banks wins on Thursday. Just to bring the title to SmackDown. And boom, we have it like that. Instead, Charlotte got disqualified in a 30-minute match? They almost had 30 minutes of time, including commercials, which was stupid. Like, it was, oh my God, WWE just does the dumbest things. So that was a no DQ. Now that has happened, I think I got Becky Lynch retaining, which makes no sense now because she's on Raw. She got drafted to Raw. So she had to lose. So if she was to lose the title, it would have had to be here to Sasha Banks, the only person in the match that's on SmackDown. So now I get the feeling that Becky Lynch is retaining, and now Charlotte and Becky just swap titles. So now Charlotte will be the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch will be the Raw Women's Champion. And legit, they still will be booked to go one-on-one with each other at Survivor Series next month. That's how I'm thinking in my head. And it's kind of stupid. That's kind of stupid. But that's probably how it's going to go down. So if that's the case, Becky's going to retain. This should be a banger of a match. Because listen, if your name is not Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Charlotte, or Bayley, if you are not any one of these 5 women, you are getting no time on TV. Like, your women's match is going to be trash. That's a fact. It's a fact. If any one of those 5 women are not involved in a match, your match is trash. Absolutely. And that's just what it is. So, It is what it is. Becky retains and just throw it up in there. All right. I guess we go with the final three, right? Final three matches. Yeah, I guess the final three matches. Edge, Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. The trilogy. The ending, the finale. I don't know how it is a finale because both of them have been drafted to Raw. So they both could see each other again if they wanted to. But Edge and Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. This has probably been the best program in WWE. And I agree. Because these two have been killing it. These two have been doing their damn thing. This has been must-see TV. Must-see TV. Both the matches they had, the one at SummerSlam and then the one in MSG. Beautiful. Both matches have been matches of the night. The second one probably better than their first. So you can imagine how this third one's going to be. This third one has a lot of promise to it. Because both matches that they had were matches of the year. So this third one could pretty much trump all two. Well, I'm sorry, could trump all three. And boom, you got a match of the year candidate. Now, actually, this is Seth Rollins. This is Edge's first Hell in a Cell since... Has it really been since 2008? Was this last one against The Undertaker? At SummerSlam 2008? Was that really the last one? I feel like it was in another one prior to that. No, he wasn't. His last one was 2008. That is crazy to think about. Edge's last Hell in a Cell was 2008 against The Undertaker, and that was a hell of a match. Woo! That's one of my favorite matches to watch because that match was amazing. That match was great. Seth's last match in the Hell in a Cell was 2019. One of the most controversial matches you'll ever see. And for Seth, this is more of a redemption type of thing. You got to rewrite history. You got to go against the grain with this one. You got to make sure that this match goes as great as possible. And because in fact these two work tremendous together, I believe it'll be a fantastic match. You know damn well Edge will not sit here and allow it to be a bad match. So who wins? Edge should win. Edge should. Just be the, it's a redemption type of thing, Seth Rollins invaded Edge's house, and then boom. Just get your revenge and straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But it should be a hell of a match. Should be match of the night. Should be one of the matches of the year. So I got Edge winning, getting his revenge. Calling it a day. Hell of a trilogy. One of the best trilogies. Probably one of the best trilogies since Kevin Owens and John Cena. I think that was the last great trilogy WWE had. Yeah. That's that. All right. I just want to make sure I got everything. I said Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, Queen of Court Finals, King of the Ring Finals, Edge, Seth Rollins, Lashley, Goldberg, Raw Tag Team. Yep. Okay, so there's 7 matches, 2 matches left, the world title matches. The WWE title will be on the line. Big E versus Drew McIntyre. I didn't think they actually would go with this match only because, Drew McIntyre went out there and, he pointed a sword to Big E. But we knew Drew was getting drafted to Smackdown, so what would be the legit point. But after the draft, they still did. They either after the draft or the Monday night of the draft, they was like, oh, well, you want a match? Yeah, okay. And there we got it. Boom. Big E, Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Listen, Big E's winning. We already know this. Big E is winning. And this would definitely add more prestige to Big E's championship run so far. He beat Bobby Lashley in a very, 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 very good steel cage match. That match was very good. And now you hopefully to beat Drew McIntyre in a very good match. I think this would be a very good match. It should be. If there's one thing Drew McIntyre does do, he does provide good matches. He does. Drew McIntyre provides good matches. As much as I don't want to see him in the WWE Championship chase right now, regardless, Drew McIntyre puts on good matches. With the right people, of course. And, of course, Big E. I think Big E will give him a great match. Absolutely. Why not? But Big E is retaining. So I don't think there's any chance. See, I don't think there's any chance Drew wins. But I have heard. I've heard. I don't like hearing, but I did hear. That's a possibility that if Drew beats Big E for the WWE Championship, he takes it to Smackdown. And the result of that will be Brock Lesnar beating Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. But we'll get into that. We're gonna get into that next. Right now, we talk about this. So that's kind of how that's what I heard. Do I want that to happen? No, of course not. Absolutely not. No. Makes no sense. But it's a possibility. And I don't like the fact that that's a possibility. But I do pick Big E to win and retain. It's only right. Keep pushing them because we need Big E, Roman Reigns next month at Survivor Series. That should be a banger of a match. I cannot wait for that. So yeah, that's that. Big E retains. It is main event time. And one of the biggest matches of the year, as it's been slated, and as I can pretty much understand. The Beast, Brock Lesnar, is back in his first match since WrestleMania last year, as he challenges the head of the table, the tribal chief, the big dog, Roman Reigns, for the Universal Championship. Now, on paper, this is their sixth match together. I believe we all didn't want this match. Honestly, we didn't want this match. But we didn't want this match until last year, when Roman Reigns turned heel and changed the wrestling business. I don't know if that's right to say. Should I say Roman Reigns turning heel changed the wrestling business? I probably can say that. But when he turned heel, the thought of it made a lot of sense. Well, no. When he turned heel, we were like, okay. Then he aligned himself with Paul Heyman. Then everything became intriguing. Because we knew Brock was coming back at some point. We knew he was coming back. We just didn't know when. We just did not know when. So now, this dynamic of Paul Heyman being with Roman Reigns and him not being with Brock Lesnar, that dynamic screams must-see TV. And when I tell you, these two have been nothing but must-see TV. Because it's like every week is just intriguing. Because we've been trying to figure out, is Paul Heyman with Brock or is Paul Heyman with Roman? How solid is this alliance with Paul and Roman? Now that Brock's back, and Paul's been with Brock his whole career, so it's like, what is Paul gonna do? So I've had Roman winning this match. I've had Roman win this match entirely. I don't see him losing. But then people kept bumping into the head like, oh, well, Brock maybe will win. Brock possibly will win. Brock will be the person. Number one, I like Brock. I love Brock. Trust, I believe I do. But I don't want to see him beat Roman right now. No, he should not beat Roman. Can I say Roman should dominate? Possible. I don't think we ever seen Brock get dominated. So that'd be something different. That'd be something interesting. Because even in their first encounter, Brock dominated Roman. I think in their second encounter, Brock dominated Roman. I think in their third encounter, Brock dominated. Like I think every encounter they've had, Brock has dominated Roman. But it's always been Brock being the heel and Roman being the face. Now that's the other way around. It could be Roman dominates Brock. And then that dynamic would be, it'd be interesting because of who Brock Lesnar is. Brock Lesnar is probably one of the most unstoppable guys to ever approach WWE. So to see him just get his ass beat and then Roman just talking to him like he's been doing to everybody else, saying, "Why did you come back? This ain't your place no more. I'll run this place. Paul Heyman, he ain't with you no more. He with me." I can see him saying that as he's being Brock up. And I would be for it. I would be all for it. Absolutely. So Roman's winning, but the only thing is I just don't know how. Do you make do you make Brock pass out? Because pinning him is interesting. And the funny thing is Roman hasn't used the guillotine lately to win matches. I think the last couple matches he hasn't used the guillotine. So I wonder why that's the case. But I got Roman winning. I just don't know how he's gonna win. Distraction from Paul Heyman, perhaps, possibly. But I do have Roman winning. I think Roman moves on. He gets Big E next month. Then after that, only time will tell. So we don't got TLC in December. We got this I forgot the damn thing's even called. We got that joint on New Year's, which is a weird time to have a pay-per-view. God, it's a weird time to have a pay-per-view on New Year's Day. Yeah. Should be a hell of a match. Should be a hell of a pay-per-view. This actually should be a very... I have a lot of promise for this pay-per-view. I think this pay-per-view has a lot of promise. And I'm all for it. So it is what it is, man. It's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, Crown Jewel is this Thursday. I will be home because I get off work. At 11:50, so I won't be home when it starts. But I'll be home when it's going on. So trust and believe I will be locked in, full in for it. You already know what it is. So until next time, peace, love, wanted. Yeah.